Hey, what is going on guys? Father Gamer here and welcome to Star Citizen. Today I'm going to be showing you my complete beginner's guide to the game, zero to hero in the best possible way that I know how, so that you can have all the money and ships that you could ever want. It's going to be a step-by-step from the start of the video being a new citizen, all the way to the end of making profitable trades of up to just under 2 million per run. Let's begin. Okay, so when you first begin the game, you're going to start off in your selected primary residence, with a helmet and undersuit already supplied for you to get things started. And the first thing that we're going to do is find our way to the metro station, where we can wait to catch a ride to the spaceport, where our ship is waiting for us. Now we are going to be moving quickly through this video, and that's because I would like to show you the methods that I use to get rich, while also keeping the video short and sweet. When you arrive at the spaceport, you want to head over to the Fleet Manager console, because this is where you're going to be able to retrieve your starter ship. In this video, I'm going to assume that like me, you're starting off with the Anvil Pisces or something similar to it. However, if you're one of those fortunate players to start off with a bigger ship with a large cargo, then feel free to skip these first initial steps. I will leave a time code in the video for you. As for the rest of us, we will be setting off on our journey because we need to get some equipment. Some players like to visit locations to scavenge this from loot boxes, but we're going to be using our starting money and buying it from our local space station. Here we can get a new undersuit, or we can purchase some new armor pieces to place on top of the undersuits. We can also get weapons and med pens and other useful items that we're going to need for the first contract we're going to take. At this point you should have some armor that you like, some weapons, some spare ammunition, some med pens and some other useful items which are choice if you like, but we are ready to accept our first contract. And there is a whole range of contracts that you can do, from bounty hunting, salvaging, you could do some investigation work, you could do some delivery work. These do pay quite low in the beginning, but as you start completing some, then more valuable contracts will become available to you. Now in the mercenary tab, you may have to complete a few of the lower paid ones first, as I mentioned, to unlock it, but you want to keep your eye out for the urgent boarding action in progress mission. This will pay you 45,000 per completion, which just requires you to board an 890 jump and dispatch of the attacking force. Also, if you manage to stop the data transmission in time, then you also receive an extra 5,000 bonus, making the total reward 50,000 per mission completion. You can complete this mission as many times as you like, and fortunately it doesn't take that long to, because you will need to do it about 12 times to raise about 638,000 credits for the next step. When you have enough money, we're going to be heading over to Ariason on planet Crusader, where we're going to be upgrading the ship that we're using so that we can make some serious money. And when you arrive at the spaceport at Ariason, you want to head on down towards the metro station. Before you get there, you should find the Traveller Kiosk. Here you're going to be able to rent some ships, and the one that we're looking for specifically is the Andromeda Constellation. This ship will cost you just under 71k for the day, but the reason I asked you to raise 638,000 is because we also need to fill the cargo, which is why we've rented this ship, because it has a decent cargo of 96 SCU, which is good to get started. And now that we do have a ship capable of carrying cargo, we're going to head over to Shubin Mining Facility SMO 18, which is one of the best places you can go to buy some gold. Once you're there, you want to head on inside and find the trade terminal. Hopefully with any luck, there will be enough here for us to buy. Sometimes you can encounter stock issues. And we are lucky today, so we are going to go ahead and fill our Andromeda up with gold, which is going to cost us 567k, which is why I had you get all that money before proceeding to this step. And now that we have it, we're going to head over to New Babbage on Microtech. Now this is only one of the best places to sell gold. It's not the best, but it's definitely the closest. So once we're here, we're going to land at the surface entrance, because the spaceport takes a little bit longer. And then you want to head over to the Trade Development Division in the Commons to sell all of our gold that we've got on our constellation here. And we should have a nice juicy profit if we sell all this now. We can see it's going to be 718k, which is a nice profit of 151k per run. You will then need to repeat this process 37 times until you've raised about 5.5 million credits. Once you've done that, you want to head back over to Ariason on Crusader so that we can continue with the next stage of our plan. Once you have landed at Ariasun, you're going to find the Skyway Transit and make your way over to the Crusader showroom, where we're going to be buying our very first large ship. The ship that we're going for is one of the Crusader Hercules Starlifters, but there is a choice of 3 variants that you can choose from. The first one being the C2, which is the civilian variant, comes with a 696 SCU cargo space and only costs you just under 5 million to buy. This variant does have the most cargo space, but it can be difficult to fill because valuable commodities are always in high demand and short supply. Then there is the A2, which is the one I've gone with, which has 216 SU cargo space, but is also loaded with plenty of turrets for defense and some bombs. Finally, there is the M2, which has a slightly bigger cargo space than the A2. It has 529 SCU, however it does not have bombs, but it does still have the turrets. Either one of these ships will work fine, so pick whichever one you would like. And now you are the proud owner of your very own Starlifter, and you are making your name as a trader in the verse. And then you will be visiting SMO 18 on Microtech once again to see just how much money you can now make with your new Starlifter trading gold. And I hope you brought some money with you because you're going to need it to fill your ship up with gold. Now obviously I'm using the A2, which has the smallest cargo capacity out the 3, but I will tell you what you will need if you were doing the C2, which has the largest capacity. So to fill the A2 with gold you would need 1.277 million, which means if you were using the C2 you would need just over 4 million to fill it with gold, which is a fair amount of money, but the payback is worth it, I can assure you. So we're just going to head over to New Babbage once again and enter through the surface entrance, because who's got time for the spaceport, right? Once you're back into the trade and development division, you're going to sell your gold, and we're going to see just how much money we're going to get from this now. So we're going to select our gold and we're going to sell all that for 1.616 million, which means we've made 339,000 in that run, and if you were using the C2 you would have made just over $1 million, which is a substantial amount. What's the matter? That's still not enough money for you? Well, I've heard rumours, talks of a new trade route. The risks are great, but there's lots and lots of money to be made. If you're ready, I'll show you. Come on, let's go. Welcome to the final stage, the riskiest and most profitable trade that you can do. Now we're heading into Dunborough on Microtech. Now this is one of a few locations you can visit, but it is not a safe zone. So make sure you have your gun ready because there will be other players. There is no rules here, you could get blown up or killed. And the material that we're trading, recycled material composite, is very expensive to buy in. And you don't want to get blown up after you've just purchased this stuff and lose your investment. For example, to buy this stuff and fill my ship, it's going to cost, hold on a second, 2.36 million. And it would cost you just over 7.5 million to fill a C2. So you want to make sure you get out of there quick time, because you do not want to lose that investment to pirates. So you're then going to head over to the trade and development division on New Babbage once again and sell off your recycled material composite. And you can see that we're going to sell it for 2.948 million, which gives us a profit of 579,000. And if you were using the C2, that would give you a profit of 1,866,000, which is an incredible profit. That's almost the best you can do with trades right now, to my knowledge. So it takes a little bit of work to get here, but once you get to this point, making money is quite easy, as you could see. Okay guys, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you've enjoyed my beginner's guide to Star Citizen and helping you achieve your wildest dreams and getting rich to buy all the ships that you could dream of. Like the video if it's helped you, subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Father Gamer, until next time.